episode of Trader Confidential. Got Donnie here and my co-host Alan Jr. So anyway, like we said last week, we've been the built up has been there for the Texas Pro. Probably one of the, I mean, as far as this whole year since the Arnold, it's been the best build up for a show, and they delivered like crazy.
Right.
We're gonna go through the picks. Obviously, Jack won it, but barely. It was really close. Hunter brought it like crazy.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that held Hunter back was because they ran him through the gauntlet. I mean, they were prejudging. They had a good. They had to go through 3 rounds of posing.
Yeah.
Finals, 3 rounds of posing. Then they had him go through a bunch more rounds of posing. So the only thing that I could see, and we'll look at comparisons, and there's, Hunter had him beaten a lot of areas, and Jack had him beaten a lot of, but the only thing was Hunter started getting sweaty and started getting shaky. And Jack, I mean, and I think this has everything to do with practicing posing all the time, which I know Hunter does, but Andrew Jack made it look effortlessly. I mean, he was just up there doing his thing, and it looked like it was nothing. And I think that's what it was, because that was a hard decision for those judges.
Yeah, if it's pretty close, that's what they'll do. They'll run you through the gauntlet and see who's going to screw up, or see what happens. Yeah. So it would have been pretty close.
Yeah. Let's jump into the scorecards first here. I want to show you guys where they're at. Okay, where is the scorecard? Oh, it looks like the scorecard came off my thing. But anyway, so the score, Jack had 5 and Hunter, or excuse me, Jack had 10, or Hunter had 10 and Jack had 8. So that was the final score. So there was 2-point difference. Prejudging, Jack had him on prejudging, and finals, obviously, Jack had him there too by 1 point. It was super close. And again, they ran him through the gauntlet, and this isn't a bad thing for Hunter. Hunter's already going to the Olympia. What I'm excited about
he's already got it sewed up, but he's
already got it sewed up. And then that was a big controversy too. Like, why would you do this show when you're already qualified for Olympia? It's not really fair to the other competitors. And I'm like, no, it's not. There can only be one winner.
And like I said, you got to lay out your shows like in advance. You know what I mean? You sign these contracts, and you can't sign up for it the day of the show. You got to do it ahead of time. It's like you get ready to start your season. You go, okay, I'm gonna do this show and this show and this show, and you don't know which one you're gonna win and stuff. You know what I mean? So he's probably already obligated to do that show.
That's right. So our top 5 anyway. So we had Andrew Jack in first. We had Hunter in second. We had Carlos Jr. in third, which I want to do a lot of talking about him. That was his pro debut too, by the way.
Yeah.
Lewis Freed fourth, and fifth was Jordan Hutchison, also his pro debut. So our top 5 was just insane this time. So I mean, it was insane. So I want to start with some comparisons first, because I'm going to go into Carlos a little bit later.
We need to talk about him.
Yeah, yes. And I want to talk about Keon Pearson too. I know we don't normally cover the 212 as much, but that dude, he's got some potential. Clarita.
I knew that the first time I saw him. Just the structure was. He reminds me a little bit of a bodybuilder back in the day named Phil Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and I seen a training video just the other day. Him and Clarita were actually training together and stuff, and man, they look really similar. But so okay, let's start off with the front poses. Well, we're on a side pose. I guess we can start off with side. Now, to me, this isn't a good picture, but I think Hunter had him beat on at least the side tricep for sure. But his legs were just his conditioning was on point. Hunter's was. Jack had him on. He had definitely had him on the front bicep, front double bi. When I ab and thighs, he definitely probably. I think I would have to say he had him on the lat spread too, front lat.
I want to. Let's focus on this one real quick here. The only thing I really see here is downstairs. Yes, LeBron's got, but on the upside, it's Jack's shoulders. His shoulders are so broad, and he's taking really good advantage of this pose by throwing that front deltoid forward, and it just makes his shoulders look so broad. And actually, Labrada actually looks narrow. He's actually making Labrada look narrow compared to him. If you just look at the upper body, he's taking full advantage of those broad shoulders that he has.
Yeah, and I don't know that Hunter was in his full pose right here either.
He may not. He may not have been. He may not have been. But
I mean, I did watch the show, and let's see. Here's another one here. So Jack definitely has him on that. I mean, and it's just like you said. He pulls his shoulder back and makes him look wider. Hunter, if he threw his shoulder back, that would probably be a game changer for him.
Probably help a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but man, Hunter was on point. He was on point, and hopefully now. I mean,
Jack is not. Jack's not taking full advantage of his. If you notice, if you take a look at Labrada's his foot position, you see how that heel is up.
Yep.
To really bring out that calf, okay,
Yep.
and to push down and bring out those quads. If you take a look at Jack, his heel is pretty low.
You're right. Yeah.
You know, he's not taking full advantage of the lower legs and the hamstrings and the quads the way he should. Because he should actually be pressing down on that to bring out the separation of his quads, and to bring out some more of that calf detail. That's why you don't see the calf detail and with Jack that you do with Labrada.
You're right. Yeah. Do you think I was wondering this during the show? Because Hunter kind of sits on a little deeper than Jack. Do you think if he sat on it a little deeper? He could probably sit on a little, just a little bit more, just a little not bit. Much, you know, because I see a lot of real tall guys, and they really sit, and it's just an awkward look. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah,
but he needs to get that heel up. He needs to push down on that doggone toe to bring out that quad.
Yeah.
Upstairs, he's got it though.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go to whether he's getting in the poses there. Let's go to we're going up with a back double by right here. Okay, it doesn't look like Hunter's fully into that pose yet either.
He's not, because you can see he's biting. You see the split right in his between his traps. See that little trap, see that little cleavage right in the middle of his back.
Yep.
Go to the upper back.
But I mean, Hunter has brought his upper back up so much. I mean,
he's not open yet. I think he wasn't quite finished with the pose.
No, he wasn't. No. And Jack too, man, because Jack, you know, his upper back, he had such a big back that his middle back, that his upper back didn't really fit. And I know that's where Psycho was doing a lot of work on, was his upper back. And it sure worked. And the only thing I see in this picture, you know, is the fact that Hunter looks better from the back on the legs. You know what I mean? He's got better tie-ins with his hamstring. I mean, he just got shreds everywhere there. Whereas Andrew doesn't.
Yeah, the thing is you should be. He's not quite open yet. He's not finished with that pose.
Yeah,
I can see that right now because he's crunching his back, so he was getting ready to open it up. I don't know if we can find another one to see if we can. There it is. There we go. That's open.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Yes.
And so the thing about it is this: with Labrada, he's fairly even with his upper and lower detail.
Yeah.
Some people, what you'll find is they'll have a lot of upper back. They'll have a lot of detail upstairs and not a lot of detail downstairs, and just the opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, to me here, I think Labrada looks a little bit more balanced than Jack does. I mean, his hamstrings, you know, they're equal as far as upper back detail. Yeah. But when you go downstairs, yes, I mean, Labrada is especially in the hamstring department.
I agree. Yeah. I think Labrada had him from the back shots. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he had him from the back shots. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got a back lat spread. It looks like he's just getting into that post. We'll go to 15 here.
Yeah, have them both of them have it both be open. He's not done yet. Let me see something here.
Not the best angle.
Okay, yeah, that's close. They're both open. Well, I don't know.
Hunter's got him, huh?
It's almost a bit of a toss up to me here, actually.
It is. But I mean, to me, what's setting it off for me is the thickness in the lower back. That Christmas tree, he's got that just popping out. Other than that, I mean, they're pretty similar. And of course,
You can,
the
you see
legs.
that. I see what you're saying. The ridge in between the back and the Christmas tree there. So
Yeah, yeah. So let's try to find some front poses here. Side poses. Okay, here we go. Oh, here's I think Jack or Hunter. I know I've said it before. I think he's got one of the best side triceps. Although looking at Jack here,
I never really did care too much for that angled side tricep. I like the conventional what Labrada's doing right here.
yes,
It's kind of hard to compare athletes when they do an entirely different version of the same pose.
it is.
You know,
Right.
it's just harder to evaluate. So,
But and Hunter, he practices a lot and he's very good at vacuums, but that didn't touch Jack. I mean, Jack's waist is so small, he doesn't even have to vacuum. I mean, he's got the best abs in bodybuilding, I think. I mean, they're just he had his midsection is just for the size of the guy is. He's 6'3". I don't know what he was weighing
I'm
at this
curious.
show. I don't think he was 300 pounds, but he was probably 280 or something, I bet.
Yeah, he's definitely
270.
north of 250, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I say even 270.
yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, we'll go to abdominal and thigh. Let's go to that.
So they're both hitting the same pose, like identical. So
Yep.
that'll be easy to evaluate.
Yeah. So what are you seeing here?
Well, I mean, Jack's abs are a little more etched.
Yeah.
But you can't just look at the abs too, though. You got to look at a lot of other stuff too. So
You're right. My personal thought is Hunter's got him on the legs. I still think. What do you think?
Yeah. Especially in the calf department and stuff. So
Yeah.
I still think and he won it, but in order for Jack to really do some serious damage, in like taking the throne, being a reigning Mr. Olympia, he still has some filling out to do.
He does, yeah. And he's a tall guy, so
Especially with
like
that height that he has, yeah.
His calves are high, and there's not really anything you can do about that.
I don't get me wrong. I mean, he's got that structure, and that's his moneymaker right there.
Yeah,
but he's got to build around that too, though. It can't be just structure.
Yeah. And I watched Psycho and Jack went in and they had a interview with Hani Rambod day before the show, day before the show, and Psycho was kind of talking about what he was doing with his training, and it wasn't their training wasn't about necessarily getting bigger. They were just bringing up stuff, and that's all they were doing was bringing up details, the upper back, the legs,
okay,
and all that. So, matter of fact, actually, when he got in with Psycho, I think in January before Arnold, Psycho was like, "Hey, Art, you got to live with me when you see where your head's at." So he had him live with him, and he went from there. So I don't know if he was doing that through this prep or not, but but that's how he was playing that game, which I thought was pretty cool.
He got the win. So and it's
Okay, what do we got here?
It could have went. I think it could have went either way, but he got the win, and I'm not surprised that I wouldn't have been surprised if he gotten it or not gotten it. I mean, they're both really, really, really close.
Yes, they are. I would not have wanted to be the judge at that point. I mean, that was a hard decision for him, I think, and it all boiled down to who could stand the longest, and Andrew had him there. That was all there was, I think. It's just they're so equal that it's really hard to decipher. Some shots are better than others for him.
and what Andrew, has he competed this year at all? He did that
What's
Arnold,
that?
right?
What's that?
He did the Arnold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only show he's done. Yeah.
Okay.
So if he didn't get this one, he would still have to get his pro card. I don't know what his plans were.
Legion.
Maybe he didn't have any plans. Maybe maybe
Legion.
that was just, I'm winning the show. That's the way it is. The cool thing about Andrew is he's really humble guy. I know I was listening to him talk about, because now that he won, everybody's like, well, what is he going to be Mr. Olympian? He's like, man, I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. I'm going to try to win, but I'm just like everybody else. He's very humble, which is cool.
Yeah, right now the front runners and stuff, they've already qualified. So
yes. Yeah.
And there's not, I mean, winning these shows are good and stuff too, but I mean, unless you're just super extraordinary, you can't win these later shows and say, hey, look, I'm looking to be I'm in line to be the next Mr. Olympia and stuff. I mean, it just, you have to see how it pans out.
Yeah, exactly.
The front runners are still the front runners right now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But both of them are they've improved since the Arnold.
Yes, they have. Yeah, I think significantly. Yeah, there's definitely improvement on both of them. Especially, I would have to say more improvement on Hunter than even Jack, in my mind. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, here's another back double buy. I'm trying to find a front double buy. Oh, we could go to the front last one.
You may have to go to the very first one.
Oh, was it the first one?
No, this not. You're this the 22nd one. You need to go up and to the left.
Oh, okay.
Go to the left.
Oh, that's fine. Cool.
You're at 13 right now. There's 12. See, that's counting down.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Move to your left.
Okay. Is he
okay? There you go.
Is he in that pose? He's in that pose.
Yeah.
So vacuum or not, Jack has him right there in the midsection.
Yeah. To me, that's more. That's more along the lines of with a front double arm buy. He's got the little twist and everything going, but that's just enhances his structure.
I think it looks great on him. That's his MO right there.
Yeah,
that's more of a classic.
It's a strong pose for him, and the thing about it's really advantageous. You got a strong front double arm bicep. I mean,
yes,
I mean, you're coming out of blocks and you're already ahead just with that one pose and stuff. So and all you have to do is just try to hold on to it. But
a lot of people don't have a good front double bicep. That's a rough pose. I mean, you got to really have the structure to have it.
Right. So the way he's got it's a very aesthetic pose. He makes it look very aesthetic, and for the mere fact that he's a big man, as big as he is, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Jack has aesthetics. He is Mr. Aesthetic, I would say. Okay, I want to go and do you want to see any more pictures?
Oh, we're good. Let's go to
Carlos.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to show a little bit of Jack first. I think he's here's his trophy win. That's kind of an altered pick, but let's see here. Here we go. Here's his posing routine. I noticed when he does his front lat spread too, he kind of bites down at the end. Well, he didn't right there, but he bites down and he gets the abs. It kind of takes away from his lats, but I think he's so wide up top, it doesn't really matter.
I really like to see him get that heel up more, though. Yeah. I really like to see him get that heel up a little bit higher.
But he is just dry as a bone, shredded. He just doesn't have the detail in the hamstrings like Hunter does, though.
I think he just doesn't know how to bring it out. He needs to actually push against the floor.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
It's almost like doing a standing leg curl. You actually when you plant, you're literally pulling against the floor like you're trying to do a leg curl, and that's what brings the detail out in the hamstrings.
Yeah, yeah. Money shot. Look at the cross striations in his quads, though. Which Hunter has that too.
He's got some pretty decent. He's got some pretty decent developed delt, and he's got broad shoulders.
Yes, yeah, he's very wide. He's definitely very
wide. Was this
wide.
his routine of music, or was this just the was this like the 60-second routine?
I think this was a 60-second routine. Yeah,
okay.
he had a that wasn't his actual posing routine. No. Okay, let's go. Let's jump into Carlos. So I don't know much about this guy until I watched the show. He's impressive. This is third place. I mean, his legs.
You know what? If he had Labrada or Jack's conditioning,
yeah,
I don't think Labrada or Jack would have been first.
No, not at all.
Somebody would have. Yes, somebody would have been out of the loop.
So do you think that's just a muscle maturity thing, or because he is, he's fairly new, is his pro debut, new muscle.
I don't know who he's working with. I mean,
I don't either.
I mean,
he's got legs like Ramy.
He's got more than enough size, for his height. He's the shortest guy up there.
Yeah, he was a short
like he's dude, like close to my height. He's probably maybe 5'7", maybe tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just a mountain of muscle and stuff in
So he's coming
that
along
was
way.
Him,
2016, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
2021, he don't look nothing like that now. He's been putting in the work.
Yeah, so Carlos, you don't have to worry about the size anymore, guy. You're plenty big enough right now.
Yeah, get shredded.
let's start and look at it. And to me, I don't think he was in better condition than the guy that took fourth.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
He was not. So I mean,
fourth place was very conditioned. That was
it was very conditioned, and Carlos beating. So that's another testament to the weapons that this guy has.
Yes,
he's got to start bringing what everybody else is bringing now.
Yeah, he just like his midsection, he didn't have abs showing a lot of the time. He just got some details. If he pans that out, he's going to be a threat big time. And he looks like a fairly young guy too. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, I mean, that's I can say that he doesn't. Yeah, he looks like he's a young guy, mountain of muscle, got great structure.
And Lewis Breed, he was. I mean, our top five was great. Lewis Breed, he was conditioned like he was shredded like crazy. He was pretty conditioned up there. But they were all so good. It was it's been the best lineup all year, guaranteed. I mean, it's been the best lineup, I think. This is a show that I really enjoyed watching.
Yeah. Carlos, I tell you, if he were, like I said, if he had brought the conditioning that Jack and Labrada had, or even the guy that took third, it's clear that, I mean, this looks like off season. I mean, this looks like guest posing right here.
Right.
So
I wonder what his plan is. I wonder if because he's still got outs to get into the Olympia.
Well, yeah, he's got the Legion.
Yep.
And it's just just nailing that cardio and just really tightening up on the diet. I don't know what his protocols were, but it's just like he's just got to bring it in some more.
Yeah, I agree.
But he put on a lot of size really fast.
Yeah, and that's why I think a lot of it is just new muscle. It just hasn't matured yet. I mean, 2021, you've seen what he looked like. It's only been 3 years, so that's a lot of mass he's put on. He's probably put on 30 pounds since then, right? Wouldn't you say? On his frame now?
I know it's quite a bit, but I know he's the least conditioned of the top four right now.
Yeah.
And so
there was people up on that stage that was more conditioned than him, and he still made the first call out. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That says a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And his legs remind me of Rami's a taller guy. His legs remind me of Rami's. They're and his top matches his bottom too, which is awesome.
I think of a William Bonac.
William Bomac, yeah,
yeah, with a waistline, that's what he kind of reminds me of. Yeah, he's just really densely muscled and stuff. He's just got to bring in that detail.
Yep. Okay, now I want to go to the last guys. Number 5 is Jordan Hutchinson. Also, this is his his pro debut, and he's another one that's gonna, we're gonna be seeing a lot in the future. He's got a lot of work to do, obviously, but he made the first call out on his pro debut. That's pretty impressive. This lineup was not an easy lineup. At
a glance, it kind of looks like Regan Grimes.
He does look like Regan Grimes. You're right.
At a glance. At a glance.
See if I can get well, this is probably a fill out picture from the night before. But look at that. That was probably the night before, I bet. Let's see. He's put on 20 pounds of stage weight in the last 2 years. So he must have took a break. I think he did. Yep. So he took 2 years off of winning nationals to do this show. So he's playing it smart, in my opinion. I mean,
it takes time. Unless, I mean, you get these outliers like your Flex Wheelers and your Kevin Lebronis and some of these people, they make the splash as soon as they get into the pro ranks and they're making a splash and stuff. But I mean, most people like Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman, you know what I mean? They've got to, they're going to spend some time out of the top 5, and they're just gradually just in the grind and eventually it comes around for them. So, but
it panned out. So curious to see what he's going to do in the future. Is he going to be in the Legion? We going to see more of him?
He would probably be a front runner.
Yeah, I would think so.
He'd be a front runner. And I wonder if Carlos would go there and try to see those two go at it again and see what happens.
Yes. Now at this point, I mean, Jordan's got him on conditioning, obviously, but sheer size. I mean, Carlos has got him like crazy.
Yeah.
Is size going to win or is conditioning going to win? But we can find out next time though. We're almost up for time, but I want to go to Keon Pearson.
Yes.
Man, this guy is impressive. 212 champion.
I'm telling you, if he tightens up a little bit more and stuff, I mean, he could do it. He could take it.
Look at that. Look at the hamstrings.
Look at that.
Jeez. You look at him and you're like, this guy's like 250. He's don't look 212.
Yeah, look at that. That's wow.
So now the question is, can he beat Clarita?
He just, if he were a little bit, if he can improve on this, because Clarita, he can pop more than this right now, and that's I don't think Clarita's got the structure that Keon has.
No,
Keon is thick,
and
he's got a very good structure to him and stuff. Nice thick muscles, broad shoulders, narrow waistline, huge round. He's round. He's bubbly.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got that 3D type look, and when it's on, I mean, goodness gracious, it's crazy.
And you're right. Clarita is all about the pop, because he does definitely pops. That's the perfect word for Sean Clarita.
Yeah, not taking anything away from Sean's structure and stuff, but he's his mantra is not his strong, but is not his strong. It's just the way his muscles pop.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So, well, we let's see. Do his prosing routine. Are not the best quality.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jack's his actual posing routine. You know, he's known for doing the splits, and he did that at the end. Man, crowd went crazy when he did that. Doing the front double by in a split position. I don't know.
Nice side chest.
Man, that V taper though is nuts. Now he's about the same height as Sean Clarita.
Yeah, they're about the same height.
Like 5'3", something like that, 5'4".
I know he's no taller than 5'6".
Well, we're going to see him on the Olympia stage now, though.
Well, the thing about it now is he's already set the precedence. He cannot come in any less than. We're going to check out what his consistency is like. That's what we're going to find out, because if he comes in with anything less than that, it will not be good for the judges. Will not treat him fairly. Well, nicely. I'll just put it like that. I don't know about fairly, but nicely.
Yeah.
Because what they're saying is, okay, Keon, you've already showed us you can get there.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's see if you can do it consistently, and not only that, let's see if you can raise it up a little bit.
Yep.
But now he's got the target now, so let's see what happens.
We know what Clarita is going to be. We know what look we're going to get from Clarita. So
yeah, Sean is consistent.
Yes, he is very consistent. Shit, he could right now. Sean could step on stage right now and win shows. I mean,
I'm telling you, Sean. Yeah, if Keon gets a little tighter, yeah, he's gonna be the 212 Mr. Olympia. I can see that right now.
I don't know who that guy is next to him. He's pretty.
Yeah, he took second, and it was the structure. It was Keon's structure that did it.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, his conditioning, he's just as thick as Keon.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just his structure is not. You know, I'm look at if you look at Keon's waistline as opposed to his.
It's the waistline too, huh?
Yeah, I mean his thickness is there. He's got it. And this, I think it's his back double on bicep. Watch the taper. See the taper there?
Yeah.
He's just much smaller. And here it is, lat spread. Boom, teeny tiny waistline.
Yeah.
And this guy, that I think that probably in itself did it right there. But this guy's pretty good though.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty
not taking anything away from him.
No. Yeah, it's the waistline. That's what it is, huh?
Yeah, he's thick. You know, he's conditioned. You know, he's got good pop to him. You know, it's just that structure.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up the Texas Pro. It was an exciting show, man. I just sat there and I loved every minute of it. So,
good.
Now, how are you doing on your prep? You got 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, and I'm going into the final phase of it and stuff. So yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
Planned?
Yeah, everything's going pretty much as planned. The elbow is coming around and stuff. I got another 2 weeks. Yeah. We're looking at the fill out phase. That's, you know, I'm gonna make some changes because of that heartburn issue that I had. It was really bad, and the hiccups and all the other good stuff. But you know, right now I'm just, you know, hitting in pretty good. Did you
get a chance to actually try out some different things to fill out in the meantime?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, so that I can go ahead and burn that stuff off, and then I'll get it set up and stuff. So
because you're right on track. You've been on track for weeks. So
yeah.
So that's a good plan. It's definitely a good plan. All right, you guys, that's all we got for tonight. Next week we will see you again. Donnie, thank you.
Hey, not a problem, man.
You guys have a good night, and thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and you guys want to join, you know, questions, we can always do question and answers like we did before and stuff like that. But anyway, we love putting out the content. So anyway, that's about all there is to it. All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, man.